Welcome to the Here's My Story channel. I'm Dave. 15 minutes into our latest math exam, the teacher suddenly started screaming.
How dare you cheat in my class! Unacceptable!
At first, I didn't realize he was talking to me until I looked up. I was speechless. I was shocked. Mr. Wilson, I'm not cheating, I stuttered, my voice trembling. What makes you think that I am?
I've been watching you since we started. You keep looking at your friend's papers. You're cheating!
He roared, grabbing my paper.
I'm not going to report this to school administration,
he continued with a smirk on his face.
But if I catch you again, I won't be so easy on you. They'll see you expelled if this happens again.
That smirk. I knew that horrible condescending smile. Mr. Wilson had done it again. He found something else to add to the list of things he could use to threaten me, use his leverage to keep me as his errand boy. Mr. Wilson came to our school at the beginning of the year. I met him during the summer break before school started when he moved in next door to my house. My mom had prepared a fantastic cookie plate, as she does for every new neighbor. We went to say hello. That day, I found out that Mr. Wilson was a math teacher. His wife had also been a teacher for years, but she had retired. They didn't have any children. At the end of the visit, Mr. Wilson said,
We sometimes need help around the house. Dave, you'd be willing to help out, wouldn't you?
Of course, sir. Please don't hesitate to ask me, I replied. At first, I was happy to help out, but the Wilsons kept asking me until I was doing practically everything for them.
Dave, could you wash the car, please? Dave, could you throw out the trash? Dave, do you mind mowing the lawn?
It wasn't long before polite requests turned into barking orders.
Dave, I called you 10 minutes ago. Where are you? Take the trash out now! Dave, you still haven't washed the car? I'm late for work because of you. Hurry up!
At this point, I couldn't handle it anymore, so I started making excuses and avoiding their calls. But when school started, my heart sank. My assigned math teacher was Mr. Wilson. He started using every opportunity to threaten me, including false accusations of cheating on my tests. In exchange for not reporting me to the principal, I had to keep doing their chores at home. I didn't have a choice. We hold a garage sale in our neighborhood the first week of May every year. People who want to do a little spring cleaning sell their old clothes, kitchen utensils, books, and furniture. Mrs. Wilson called me the day before the garage sale, asking me to put their old stuff into cardboard boxes. She kept ordering me around for hours. When she was done, she said, Don't forget to come early tomorrow morning and take these boxes out to the front yard. I did what she asked me to do before leaving for school the next morning. My mom never really sells our old stuff. For some reason, she's always been more into buying from the neighbors. When I got back home from school, I saw that our front yard was filled with boxes. My mom said, Honey, I got some fabulous stuff from the neighborhood yard sale. Will you help me carry these boxes inside? I was exhausted, but I didn't want to say no to my mom. She just seemed so excited. Dave, look at this umbrella. It's got to be brand new. Oh, how about this? Miss Renee's brooch, at least 50 years old. Oh, and I didn't forget about you either. Apparently, Julene is a huge Stephen King fan. There's a box full of his books in the corner over there. Julene? I interrupted, surprised. You mean Mrs. Wilson? I helped pack every box for her yard sale. I didn't see any of these books. My mom shrugged. Julene said they were all Stephen King. Why don't you take them with you to your room? Before going to bed that night, I couldn't stop thinking about the books from Mrs. Wilson. I got up and opened the box. Sure enough, most of them were old Stephen King novels. I'd never read most of them, so I began to look through them one by one. Among the books, there was a notebook. Flipping through its pages, it contained a lot of notes in an alphabet I didn't recognize. Then I remembered that the Google Translate app can translate from an image. We relied on it pretty heavily when reading road signs during a family vacation in Cuba. I went on Google Translate, took a picture of the page, and searched the language. Turns out, the words in the notebook were Russian, but the translation didn't seem to make any sense. You have to be careful while buying an apple. Apples are blue. There's a goat behind you. What in the world could that mean? Was Google messing up the translation? I photographed another page. Still, nothing made any sense. An old printed photograph fell into my lap as I opened the next page. The young man in the photo resembled Mr. Wilson, but it wasn't actually him. The Mr. Wilson I knew had a wider chin and a smaller nose. The strange translations from the notebook started to confuse me even more with each new page. After photographing each one, I started pacing around the room. Could this be some kind of code? And even if it was, could anyone make sense out of these meaningless sentences? Suddenly, the doorbell rang, but it was almost midnight. Who could possibly be at the door this late at night? Shortly after, my mom came to my room. Dave, Mr. Wilson is at the door. He wants to look at the box of books I bought from them. He says they may have accidentally placed something inside they didn't mean to sell. I reached down to pick up the box, quickly slipping the notebook inside without my mom seeing. Mom, I was about to go to bed. Can you take the box out to him? I said, faking a yawn. The notebook must have been really important for Mr. Wilson if he'd showed up this late at night at our doorstep. I was intrigued. Luckily, I had taken pictures of each notebook page and the photo that had been tucked inside. I had a hunch that Mr. Wilson was hiding something. My thoughts ran wild about everything until I finally drifted off to sleep. While walking to the bus stop in the morning, I got a text from Mr. Wilson.
Why didn't you take out the trash?
I started burning with anger, but I didn't have a choice unless I wanted to risk getting expelled from school. I ran into him as he was getting into his car.
I shouldn't have to tell you to take out the trash every morning,
he growled.
Just do it.
With that, he drove away. I was sure he was headed to school, but of course, he wasn't the kind of person to offer me a ride. Even at full sprint, I couldn't catch the bus on time, so I had to use my lunch money to catch a city bus to get to school. Even then, I was sure I'd end up arriving late. During the ride, we stopped at a red light. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Wilson at a park by the road. He wasn't headed to school after all. He was sitting on a bench holding the notebook I had seen the night before. As the bus started moving again, I couldn't help but feel like something was off. I got off at the next stop and ran back to the park where I last saw him. Thankfully, he was still there, so I decided to watch him from a distance. After a while, Mr. Wilson got up and started walking deeper into the park. He left the notebook behind on the bench. A few moments later, another man came and sat on the bench. He picked up the notebook casually, as if it belonged to him, but he didn't look inside. He just casually watched people passing by for a good while. Finally, he got up and left, taking the notebook with him. Why had Mr. Wilson left the notebook on the bench? Who was the guy who took the notebook? Then I remembered. I took out my phone to look at the photo I had found inside the notebook. I immediately put it through a reverse image search. I gasped when I saw the results. FBI's Most Wanted was the first one listed. I clicked on the link right away. There were lots of photos on the page. From what I could gather, these were the most dangerous criminals wanted by the FBI. When I scrolled down, I saw him. Yuri Batalov, wanted for espionage on behalf of Russia. He was adopted by a U.S. citizen and moved to the U.S. from Moscow. The family had been arrested for leaking information to the USSR government in the 80s. They confessed to raising Yuri as a spy, but he had disappeared without a trace. He's still a fugitive. This is the only photo we have of him. He's believed to live in the U.S. The FBI is offering a reward of $250,000 for any tips leading to his arrest. I was shocked. I found the FBI's anonymous tip line through a Google search and told them about everything I'd seen. They were immediately interested. An hour later, 2 FBI agents showed up. They took the photos I had of the notebook. They said, "Don't speak to anyone about this matter. We'll take it from here." About a week later, we woke up to the sound of sirens. There were police cars everywhere. I ran outside. Mr. Wilson and his wife were handcuffed. I caught Mr. Wilson's gaze as he got into the police car and waved at him with a smirk on my face. The next day, there were a lot of news stories in the media about the capture of the Russian spy Yuri Batalov, aka Mr. Wilson. Apparently, Mr. Wilson had his face changed with a series of plastic surgery procedures. That explained why the photo of his younger self didn't quite look like him. Apparently, he had still been leaking U.S. defense secrets to Russia with the help of 4 other spies working under him. The notebook was how he coded the messages. That explained the gibberish in the notebook and why he gave the notebook to some stranger at the park. Someone high up at the FBI called me to thank me personally. He asked for my parents' bank account details. The $250,000 reward was deposited soon after. Thanks to my tip, Yuri Batalov, who had also been on the FBI's Most Wanted list for years, had been caught. The FBI asked us to keep everything secret since it wouldn't be safe for me if I was a known informant. I told my family everything. We decided to use the reward as my college fund. The FBI also gave me a medal for distinguished service. It's something I'm very proud of, even if I can't show it to anyone. Plus, I don't have to wash the Wilson's car anymore.